Okay, so sometimes you are asked in the exam to calculate profit. Okay, profit calculation. And there are many ways to do this. You can calculate it using a graph, or you can calculate it using a set formula. And there are two special formulas that can be used to calculate the profit. The first one is total revenue minus total cost. Okay, that's the easiest. If you're lucky enough to get the value for total revenue and the value for total cost, you can easily just calculate the profit. But on rare occasions, you don't get it like that. Remember, it's an exam. So we want to test your understanding of everything that has been covered in the cost and production chapter of your microeconomics. So come with me, let's do some analysis on this. So remember, your total revenue is price times quantity, okay? So let's write that here. Total revenue equals to price times quantity. Okay? And we know that your total cost, okay, your total cost is made up of fixed cost, FC, plus your variable cost. Okay? But we don't need this at this stage. For this particular calculation, I would like you to forget about this. But because we need to break down this into the average, we need the average to be able to work out what we need to calculate. What I'll ask you to do is to divide this equation by quantity. So let's divide here by Q, and divide here by Q, and divide here by Q. So what this means is that we can rewrite this as, if you divide total cost by quantity, you get average total cost. Yeah? And which will be equal to, if you divide fixed cost by quantity, you get average fixed cost. Plus, divide here by quantity, your average variable cost. Okay? But for now, I would like you to forget about all this part. Okay? Forget about all this part as well as here. Let's focus on just the ATC, because we need that as part of our formula for calculating the profit. Okay? So, let's write down the formula 1. So, formula 1 is total revenue minus total cost. Okay? We got that from here. What I'm concerned about today is the second one, which is a bit tricky. So formula two. This one is a bit tricky. It is price minus ATC times quantity. Okay? That is the formula 2. I'll explain how we came out with this particular formula. What you have here, total revenue, we broke it down price times quantity. Total cost, we broke it down into ATC. I can put them together. So if we think that total revenue minus total cost equals to this here, price times quantity, P quantity, okay? We know ATC is here, right? This we divided by Q and we got ATC, so we can say minus Q times ATC. Okay? This is the same as total revenue minus total cost. Why is it the same? Well, if you divide total cost by quantity to get average total cost, if you multiply the Q by ATC, you should be able to get the TC. So all we are doing here is we are multiplying the quantity by ATC to get the total cost. So we can rewrite this equation as total revenue minus total cost. It's the same thing. But this doesn't look very clean. Let's make it clean. And that's what is going to give us that formula over here. Let's move things around. So what we can do is, I'm going to change the color of my writing. So this now becomes, let's put the price here, P minus ATC. We move this across, okay? So you have ATC, and we are left with one Q, okay? These two Q's here, one cancels out, so we have quantity here. So this is the same as that. P minus ATC times Q, P minus ATC times Q, okay? That is what you should use for your calculation of profit. The best way to make this sound much better in your minds, or to make it much easier to understand, is to put some numbers in here. So I'm gonna clean this part, and I'll put some numbers in the formula to see if we can work something out. Okay, so let's say you are given some numbers in the question. So let's say price, for example, price equals to 5, quantity equals to 10, and your ATC equals to, for example, 3. We can put these numbers into the formula to find out whether there is a profit being made or whether there is a loss. So let's put these numbers into the formula. So our profit here is gonna be price 5 minus, remember, minus, okay, ATC 3, all into bracket, times, what's the quantity? Quantity is 10. So times 10. So 5 minus 3, this gives you 2 times 10. Your profit is $20. Okay? I hope you understand this. So this is profit calculation. We work through two different formulas, total revenue minus total cost, which is the easiest. Once you have the numbers, you can work them out. And formula 2, which is price minus ATC times quantity. So price minus ATC, price minus ATC times quantity, that gives you a profit of 20. The opposite is true, but I'll capture that in a short while. Thank you.